You ready to go live?
Yeah.
Oh shit. uh, what up, people? What up, people? This is Knowledge in the Econ Show. We back live. Last week I had to really apologize for coming in kind of with the robotic tone in the voice. But we back live in the fact now. We got my girl Steph here.
Hey, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? Let me put her on. So tell us about, tell us how that week went for you. I'll put you on the spot right away. While you drink,
Right.
my bad. While you talk, I drink.
No, it was cool. It's just busy. Typical long week. No time to sleep. The usual.
Right. True that. I feel you. I mean, it's been like that. It's been one of those weeks, but typically you got to go ahead and just put the grind shoes on, the grind hat on, and do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
The hustle don't stop.
The hustle don't stop for nobody,
Right.
ever. You know what I mean? And I was thinking though, stuff.
Hit me with it.
I was thinking for real that I was just messing around with topics all week, and like how me and you conversed, and the hater topic really stuck in my mind. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like, I don't know why. I mean, we can look on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. What's the other one out there? Give me another one. Twitter.
Facebook. Did you say Facebook?
Facebook, Twitter. What's the other one?
Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah. And just people in general in your life or in your circle that deter you or just got something to say about what you're trying to do to enhance yourself. And I'm like, you know what? It's time to speak out about that.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta look at the society we're in, though. Like, our culture, pop culture, is centered on hate and beef and who's fighting who and, who looked better than who and who did this better than who and all that other stuff. And it's just like one celebrity fight over another.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and it filters into real life. I mean, that's what we see. That's what we entertain ourselves with. So it's obviously how we're going to model our lives with, whether we realize it or not.
I mean, do you think people are they born with that trait, or it's just they a bad seed, or is for real they born with that, or the hater trait, or is they they learning that from their parents, they cousins, brothers, friends. I mean,
yeah, I mean it's it's popular to be a hater.
Yeah, it is.
It
is.
You that's the thing to do now. You know what I'm saying? That's the swag to wear.
But you know what though? I say, we should go ahead and just congratulate the haters. Because the haters, in my opinion, they give you the fluid a lot of times to keep pushing.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they point out what you may be doing wrong because the people close to you may not point that out. So they might just say, okay.
They got the honesty gene.
They got the honesty gene when it come to hate.
Yeah.
Ain't that effed up? That's an oxymoron when you think about it. It's like,
yeah.
But they'll put you on your square and you be like, okay, I can do X, Y, and Z a little bit better. You know what I mean? And I don't know, but when it comes to haters, I think it's a necessary evil. I think that it's a rhyme and a reason for everything. And like Cat Williams said, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing something right.
Right. Hate is the best motivator. It's the best motivator. You ain't getting nothing done until somebody says you can't do it. Then all of a sudden, you Superwoman with your strength and doing everything.
Yeah. I mean, have you had a situation where somebody like totally just was hating on you? I mean, even to the point of lying on and assassinating your character.
Oh yeah.
And it made you better though.
Yeah. Yeah. At work, at work that'll happen all the time. Especially, me coming from, I got promoted really quick in the company I'm with now.
Look at you, quit bragging.
I did
I'm
a
hating.
little something.
I'm about to hate. Stop bragging.
I did a little something. No, I got promoted pretty quick in the company I'm with. Right. And so, people who were there longer than me, and especially as being a woman, you got that adversity already. People are already thinking you sold yourself to get to where you get to anyway. You got to deal with those haters.
Yeah.
And then you got to deal with the ones who have paid their dues and, should they have been promoted? Probably.
Right.
Did I get it over them? Yes. Does that make it right? Probably not. But it doesn't mean that I worked any hard. Like, I didn't work as hard. It just means that, circumstances were different. Or maybe in a certain case, I did work harder.
Right.
And so, the assassination character came into play then.
I don't know, man. It's just I done had situations where people they'll totally lie on you. You know what I'm saying? Or on top of that, they won't just lie on you; they'll be around you. You know what I mean? Have you had them in-house haters?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's fucked up because a lot of times the haters could be your family. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, oh man, it's messed up if you got a hater. I'm not saying this is not for me, but if your other half could be a hater, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't want you to outgrow them. So what they'll do is put a capstone on you, was just start turning the wheel a little bit to make you think too much, where you think yourself out of position.
Start breaking you down.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think haters need a round of applause. I thank you, because haters actually pushed me this far to actually do things that I need to do and want to do. But at the same time, I almost think hate is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, hate is healthy.
Hate is healthy.
I don't know if it's healthy to be a hater, but hate is healthy.
What you mean by that?
I know that sounds crazy, don't it?
Yeah, you gotta explain.
I mean, everybody needs a little hate to motivate. It does. It's the best motivator, and it gets you on your A game and keeps you going. Nothing motivates somebody harder than you can't do it, or you won't do it.
Right.
You tell somebody you can't or you won't, and I guarantee you they're gonna break every bone in their body to try to get it done. And whether they do it or not, that's on them. But at the end of the day, that's going to be the driving force and why they keep pursuing it and why they keep going.
This is what I don't like. Why do you need to be the type of person where you need somebody to be hating on you to get to where you need to be?
It's a pride thing. So it's twofold. It's a pride thing because when somebody says you can't do something, that is a direct hit to your ego.
Right.
And you gotta prove them wrong, because you can't admit that they're right. You know what I'm saying? Even if you were thinking it, you can't admit they're right. Mm-hmm. Which is also why hate is a good motivator, because it's gonna, even if you were doubting yourself, somebody starts doubting you, and all that doubt that you had went away, just because somebody said you can't do it.
Right.
But at the same time, you talking to yourself, it's easier for you to doubt yourself, because it's harder for us to believe in ourselves fully and to give ourselves all the credit that we deserve. So, I'll look at something and I judge myself way more harshly than I would judge you doing the same thing.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, I'm looking at it, and I may be very, very motivated to get it done, but at the end of the day, I'm going to look at it and I'm never going to be really good enough for myself. There's always going to be something I could have done different, or something I could be a little better at.
So is that self-hate?
Yeah, kind of. But self-hate can go the other way. You got to have that outside hate, because self-hate doesn't hit your ego like outside hate hits your ego.
I don't know. I think that's the difference between men and women. Maybe that's in a woman's perspective. I think with self-hate, when it comes for a man, it does kill your ego, because I think men thrive off their ego.
Yeah.
What they like before we start rolling, what a man can conquer. You know what I mean? What a man can control. So if you start doubting yourself, once a man start doubting himself and self-hating, actually that become, I don't know. That's almost a feminine trait.
Okay. So
women ain't even attracted to that.
That's true.
You got to be confident.
Yeah.
It's almost okay for a woman to be, I ain't gonna say not as confident as a man. To be humble. To be a little bit more humble.
To be more humble, yes.
Yeah,
you don't necessarily want a guy who's like weak by, not weak. Weak probably wasn't the best word to say, but who's less confident. You want somebody who's, at least secure in who they are.
Yeah.
But I feel like as a woman, that's the difference between a girl and a woman. You want a woman who is secure in who they are. And she may not, walk around saying, I'm, the baddest chick in this room, or I'm the baddest chick in the city, or whatever.
Right.
But at the end of the day, she's confident. She holds that air of confidence in who she is. Whereas, girls don't have that confidence yet. Or they take it too far and they try to overcompensate and say, I'm the baddest chick in the room, I'm the baddest chick in the building, whatever.
Well, I think with men, what it comes down to is we got to get out of men got to get out of their feelings. And what I typically see, or I see this with men, where they girls, they what I call she men. What's that? You know what I mean? For real, they she men. It's a lot of bitches.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bitches. There's a lot of dudes, and I hate to say the word like that, but it's a lot of men that's out here that's bitches.
Yeah.
Because
we can call it what it is.
It is what it is. There's a lot of men out here that's bitches. We have to, as men, in my perspective, is if we see something that we want, we see something, even if it's a woman, a car, a job, any type of relationship, any type of anything that we see. Our job and our duty as men is to go out there and get it, make it happen, create it, you know, create the circumstance. And when you become a self-hater for yourself, and then you become a bitch.
Yeah.
You become a bitch, and that's messed up. And that's where a lot of women right now, I think, don't even respect men. I think that's where a lot of women have actually upped their confidence level and saying we don't need a man no more. Maybe.
I mean, I think a lot of that is just finally the change in the language around women. You know, it's not you need this, you know, you need a guy to get this or that. You know, finally it's like, yeah, you really can do it.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think a lot of times when maybe you can shed some light on this too, when it comes to women being super overconfident to the point that it affects their attitude to find a good dude.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
why is it?
But again, I would argue that they're still girls. They haven't reached that maturity level yet. Which is probably the same thing with guys. You know, I feel like when guys are at a certain level of cocky, you haven't reached that maturity level that humbles you just yet. Because you have to have a balance. You have to be confident, but you have to be able to, you know, be quietly confident in a way. As a woman, you have to be more quietly confident than a guy usually. But
so, in your perspective, like bars for you, what works for you then? You know what I mean? You know, where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as quietly confident, or you just, you know, you're trying to make that balance? You're trying to come down in one area and come up in one and meet it there?
I think so I never walk into a room and say I never walk into a room and think I'm the most beautiful woman in the room.
Okay.
That doesn't happen. But I'm confident in who I am. So I carry myself with a certain level of confidence and a certain level of respect. And I demand that respect in turn from anyone who, you know, who approaches me or who I approach. And it's a mutual thing. And it's not like, you know, oh, you know, you're going to talk to me like this, kind of like a respect. But it's just you're not going to talk to me crazy. You're not going to talk to me any kind of way. You're going to respect the fact that I'm a lady and I'm a woman and, you know what I'm saying, I'm educated and that, you know, I carry myself in that manner to expect and get that level of respect. But I give it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a one-sided thing. I definitely give it in return.
So would you say, I mean, in your opinion, would you say that more guys, as far as what you come across, would you say more guys out here are more, I hate kind of saying it, but on the real, do you really think that most of the guys out here are bitches? That you come across?
Yeah.
No, go ahead and say it. Are they, is most of the men that you come across bitches?
Good 50-50. It's a good 50-50.
That's bad.
It's bad. You know what's worse though? Is that a lot of the ones that are really good at hiding it. That's what makes it so bad, because it's like, oh yeah, you know, they carry themselves like, yeah, I'm real about my stuff. I'm not insecure.
They bitch assness come out like what?
Like,
in 2 weeks, 3 weeks? How long can they hide?
Like a week.
Wow.
So the joke is, and I don't remember where I saw this from, but somebody had sent this to me, and it was like, you know, you ever give somebody your number and 3 days later you're like, oh damn, I shouldn't have did that. Hey, that happens.
I don't be giving out my number. But I can understand what you're saying. Go back.
Yeah, that's real. You know, you give somebody your number, and then like 3 days later you're like, damn.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't the smartest thing I ever did. And then you're trying to think, like, can I blame that? Like, somebody gave me a drink that night, right? I can blame that on something.
I mean, how do men how do men, and I'm going to explain it from a man's perspective, but
Okay.
from my perspective, how do men portray their bitch assness to you? I mean, after the 3
come
days,
out?
yeah, how does it come out? I mean, is it just like
There's an insecurity.
they call too much? They
It's
where
a-
you at, or
And you know what? I will never say that. I will never say a guy calls too much or texts too much or something like that, because I never look at somebody as being thirsty. You know, that's a thing now. You know, they thirsty. I never look at it like that, because they're, giving you some attention. And 9 times out of 10, that's what women want in the first place. And you get somebody who's giving it to you, and then you pissed off.
right?
You know what I'm saying? So I never will say that. But there are certain insecurities that come out, or the way they talk, it comes out, or they're too cocky. I don't like cockiness. I like confidence. I don't like cockiness, and there is a fine line. If you cross that line, I'm like,
So I mean, what
I
you
wonder
saying?
how quickly I can pretend I got a new phone and not recognize this phone number.
So they basically just come out of the box. Huh. I mean, what? They basically come out the box and just what? What do they do in particular? Do they just not, they ain't
Everybody
not
does
okay,
it.
they not coming out thirsty, because you say you really kind of negate that point. They just come out with fire as the insecurities in themselves.
Yeah, like a lot of, it's just a lot of questions, or a lot of
Gotcha.
like me. So in my circumstance, I'm a full-time student and I work full-time. My time is very limited.
True.
I don't really get much breathing room. I pretty much go to school Monday through Thursday. I'm in school every morning and every night, and I work in the middle.
Gotcha.
So my time is very, very limited. So, a lot of it is the question asking, well, what are you doing? Where are you at? What's going on? What's this? What's that? And it's like, whoa, like, chill, bro. I got a life. You got a life too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. But you know what? Most of them don't.
That's the problem.
Most of them don't, and
That's the problem. Like, if you can't be confident enough to have your own stuff going for you, and to put yourself out there to live that kind of, like, take advantage of your dreams, work, go to school, take a risk, do something with your life.
see, but that's where that self-hate come in at, is because either they don't feel like they're good enough, they maybe don't feel like they're smart enough, or they just, when it come down to it, niggas just don't want to work hard.
Yeah, that's, I think, more so.
That's
the
more
case
so of
than
everything.
not. Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's
people
like,
are just lazy. They expect it to be handed to them all the
nobody
time,
ain't
and that's
gonna
not
give
real
you
life.
Yeah, nobody
not
gonna
real
give you
life.
nothing, and I think that's where, far as men, where we fall short nowadays. I think we just get to the point now. It's like,
Women too.
Yeah.
Women more so than men, I think.
yeah,
In that respect, women are lazier than men.
yeah. I can.
Ooh, I'ma get it. I'ma get it.
I
But
can see that.
Women
I can see
are.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
The younger generations
Mm-hmm.
and the up and coming generations and everything like that. Not that I'm ancient, but even
You getting there? No, but you ain't aging.
right. Even though you look at the difference between my age group and the ones younger than me, everyone that's come after me, and you can see a huge difference in 5 years. You know what I'm saying, or in 3 years, the difference between the culture shift that occurred, and I don't know why it occurred or what it was. I don't know enough to put my finger on it, but it's like you can see that they don't want to.
I think what it
Work
is. I think what it
hard.
is. Everything is coming fast. Even when you look at like technology, you look at the schooling, the technology, the fashion, the entertainment world. I mean, you got to see what the young people are really into. Everything is fast microwave. It's like whatever you want, you can get it right away. You ain't even really got to go out and date no more. You can get on your phone and type up a date.
Swipe left, swipe right.
You know what I'm saying?
I like you or I don't. You know what I'm
Basically,
saying?
so they personal skills is all messed up.
There are no interpersonal skills.
There ain't none.
At
So
all.
I think
at all.
I think with women, where I was asking you the question, I think women self-hate or they self when they be so insecure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where they have a man or they have a man or a significant other or whatever they're trying to do, they become insecure. They're either not, they feel like they're not pretty enough, they're not this, they're not that, and they beat themselves down. So it's more on my tip where I think of a woman, it's more on I think it's just more on the tip of her consciousness of herself.
Yeah.
It's like she's super self-conscious.
And it's a lot more superficial with women.
Yeah.
Because if you don't think you're smart enough That's not going to hurt you as heavy as thinking you're not pretty enough.
Right.
Being
But see how
pretty
much
enough.
pressure the women are up under.
Yeah.
It's a pressure for women to look a certain way. To, you know what I mean, you have to be out here a certain way to succeed, it seems like.
Yeah.
For a woman. I know it's hard. And I'm not just gonna just tip my hat and say, okay, women got it extra hard, but nowadays it's like you almost gotta be showing your ass totally.
Yeah, but
get
at
some
the same
type of
time, if
attention.
you do that, then you're a hoe. So you got to walk that fine line where you got to have
Yeah.
the Beyonce ass, but you got to have the Mary morals
Yeah.
and don't show anything.
Yeah.
But show it to him or he's not going to give you any attention. But don't show it to anybody else
Yeah.
because then he's going to call you a hoe. Like, you got to walk this real fine line, and there is no manual to it. There's no clear-cut thing to it. And with the guys, it's the same way. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily the physical thing, but, you know, with the guys, you got to look a certain way. You got to act a certain way. You have to have, you know, you have to be established enough or she's not going to
I
look
think
at you
that's
if you
what
don't
it
have
is.
your money.
That's what
You
I
know
think
I'm
what it
saying?
is.
Like,
I think with women is more of security. And I think this is just a natural thing. Women like to be naturally taken care of, naturally secured, protected, and financially.
and that's
maybe
what's
not
making
yet.
us lazy. That's what I'm talking about. Like with the newer generations, they,
Yeah.
you know, they want a man who's taking care of everything. You know, he paid my bills, he bought my groceries, he put gas on my car, he did this, he did that. But then at the same time, they're also trying to run and say, "Oh, I get my own money, I do this, I do that."
They don't be doing that.
But you won't work. You're too lazy to work. You want to find somebody, you know, you want to find the basketball player who's going to take care of you and, you know, support you and provide for you.
Yeah.
But you also want to say you're an entrepreneur, but you don't want to invest in yourself enough to become the entrepreneur.
I don't think
That's his job.
Exactly. I think what you're saying is hitting on a good point. Is that it's more of that people are lazy. That's what it
Yeah.
comes down to. And when you lazy, you a hater. When you lazy,
Yeah.
when you lazy,
Yeah.
period. It don't make a difference if you're a man or a woman. When you lazy, you a hater. You're a hater of life because it kind of go back to what we were saying last week. People really think they got time. You know what I mean? So we ain't really got time to be messing around. If you're gonna do something, do it. You can't just be waiting for somebody to give you a handout. You can't wait on somebody to say you pretty.
Yeah.
You can't wait on somebody to say you smart or like your car, like your 4 or 5 as a man, like your jewelry. You know, the stuff that we kind of get hung up on as men is possession.
Yeah.
You know, what we possess. And if you get hung up on those types of things, then you're a hater. You're a hater of self.
Yeah,
And that's what it
because
basically
you're
comes
looking
down
at,
to.
you know, you don't have the motivation to get up and do it yourself, but you watch somebody else who did it.
Mm-hmm.
And they took advantage of the opportunity in front of them, which I think is what you and me talked about a couple days ago, where
Right.
somebody has the opportunity placed in front of them and they took it. And you mad at them because they say yes, but you could have been given the same opportunity or could have had the same
Yeah.
resources to get the opportunity, and you were just too lazy to do anything with it.
I think people they don't want you to outgrow them.
Right.
And you know, once you start to grow, it's gonna be lonely. I mean, one thing about growth is what I know is that the more and more you start doing, the higher that you start going, even if it's baby steps and increments, you're gonna start losing people around you. And especially if you're a person that kind of don't have or deal with a lot of people in the first place, you're gonna find yourself by yourself real quick.
Yeah.
And
That
a lot of people,
circle
we
gets
don't want to
real
be lonely.
small.
We don't want to be lonely. Who wants to be lonely? Who wants to be by themselves? So what we do is a lot of times we pull back, we hold back, we basically cheat on our talents and our thoughts and how smart we really are just to fuck around with some people that ain't shit.
Right.
You know, and I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You know,
It don't make sense.
it don't make sense.
To logical people, it doesn't make sense.
But I think it comes back to the emotional need of being lonely.
Yeah.
You know, I think it just comes back to you wanting
That's
somebody.
a fear more than anything. You know, you're afraid of,
Yeah,
well, what if I make it but I don't have anybody here?
yeah.
And, you know, you got to get over that because you're going to have somebody there. The right people are going to be there.
Right. New people going to come into your circle.
Yeah.
And, you know, and it's funny because, well, we just met, 3 weeks ago?
If that, yeah,
Three
something
and
like
a half
that.
weeks ago?
Yeah.
And, you know, we came together on something totally different than what we're doing now. And, you know, hopefully it continue or whatnot. But, you know, again, when you start trying to better yourself and look to do different things, you're going to come into a circle of new people.
Yeah.
And, you know, through me, you might meet somebody that's doing XYZ that you're interested in. And vice versa. I might meet somebody that fills a gap in this area or this
Right.
need. And it ain't always got to be about money. It's all or opportunity. It's just more about or opportunity to make money. It's more about a mind state.
Yeah.
Maybe you come across somebody that puts you on into a higher level of thinking.
I mean, even this is not necessarily something I'm doing for myself. Like, it's
Yeah.
not, oh, I've always wanted to do this or,
Yeah.
whatever. But it was an opportunity I was given, and so I took advantage of it. If somebody else was given the same opportunity and they didn't, that's not my problem.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like, you can't hate on that.
Yeah. You can't hate, but
But they will.
It's easy to. It's
They
easy.
will,
It's
yeah.
easy to hate.
They
And
will.
to the haters out there that's listening, if you
Hey.
know, right? What up? What up?
Round of applause.
If you keep on hating, keep on, just keep on doing. You're gonna find yourself old. You're gonna find yourself with nothing. You're gonna find yourself with people that have nothing.
Yeah.
And you're gonna find yourself just behind in life and in the game period, and you're gonna see the same people that you was hating on, that was attempting to do something. You're gonna see them succeed while you're back
Yeah.
broke and a joke. You know what I mean? So just keep on doing it. The best thing to do is support people that you know that are that you say that you care for, or that you whatever. Try to give them the best support that you can.
Right. Once a hater don't mean always a hater.
No,
You can
people
outgrow
could change.
that.
People could change. People
It's
could
about
change.
growth,
People
people.
could change. Now, kind of, I guess it's we say some things during the process that kind of segue into something else. Men, women.
Yeah.
We might have to get the drink on this.
Right?
For real. Men, women. As far as when it comes to the ideal of a woman finding why men do certain things or why women do certain things. Okay.
Why we front when we first meet somebody?
Why do we do that? And on the top of that, why if we had somebody, men and women do this. Women can have a husband. Women can have somebody, a fiance for 5-10 years. Funny, crazy, 10 years they'd be a fiance, but they'd be
Right.
that much, and they'd still try to creep around on their
Yeah.
husband or their boyfriend for all this long.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's just that people are typically just greedy? Honestly, I really think women are turning into men, and men turning into women.
Yeah. Definitely. I think it's a women got so upset, and you look at this like pop culturally. Women got so upset with being blamed for being the hoe in a situation, or from being the names, the labels, and all of the labels were negative. They all had negative connotations. But when you look at men who do the same thing, they're called a pimp or a player or this or that, and it's said with an air of pride.
Right.
It's not said with the same, should it be? No. It shouldn't be cool to be a player. But it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, technically it is. And so women got so sick of that double standard that it was like, all right, everything you can do, we can do better. And that's how, now here we are.
But I don't think it's in the nature for a woman to want
I
more
don't
than one
really
man.
think it's in the nature either.
It's a man's nature.
I think it's with a woman. I think when she does it, she either isn't attached. Number one, she has not let herself get
Hold on, let me get my notebook.
right. Take
What?
notes
For real,
real
though.
quick.
Yeah.
She either has not let herself get emotionally attached to man number one, or she's bored and has lost the attachment with man number one,
Okay.
or he did something to hurt her and now she's trying
the hurt
to
gene.
talk herself into getting over man number one.
See, she gon' but
All of it stems from her level of connection with A. If she's connected to A in any way,
yeah.
B ain't gonna happen.
Do you think
she
cheating-
might flirt and she might put herself out there and like pretend that B is gonna happen?
Yeah.
But if there is any connection at all to A, B ain't gonna happen.
But
Y'all
do you think cheating
I
is
snitched on.
Yeah, you
I'm about
did.
to-
Yeah. Well,
I broke girl code. I'm about to get jumped when I leave here.
For real though. But I think when it comes to men, it's just to be honest, it's just an opportunity.
I think with men it's a pride thing.
It ain't. I think it get beyond the pride. I
Cause
think
it's like, it's like, yeah, I can get that.
it ain't.
No, man, you can't get that. You can't get that. Watch me.
Okay, it's a little bit of that.
Look at you.
I can say
Look
it's a little
at
bit
you.
of that, but at the same time, it takes a lot of discipline for a man to be with one woman. It really do. It takes that because you got to understand, men have it's kind of almost bred into a man to have more than one woman. Even if they got a happy relationship. Now, I ain't saying that a man gonna go out fishing looking for another woman, but if it pops in his lap, if he put himself in the situation, he's gonna mess around.
Sometimes that's not true though. Sometimes they go fishing.
They do.
Sometimes they
They
go
do.
fishing.
They do. They do. But put it like this: if it was a man that said, "Okay, I'm with my woman, my wife, my girlfriend, whatever the case may be, I'm not doing anything," but if he finds himself in a bad situation, it's gonna be real hard for him to get out of it. And I think that's almost anybody, even a woman.
Yeah.
If she finds herself,
that's a discipline thing. That's definitely a discipline thing.
Well,
how
come to being
disciplined
with
are
grown.
you?
Yeah. They come to being with grown. I think that, I think men, I don't think, it's one thing, women can't cheat though.
What you mean?
Y'all can't cheat.
I highly beg to differ.
Y'all can't
Hold
cheat.
on.
I mean, y'all can cheat if y'all want to. Y'all gonna end up like dead or something. I mean, you can't do it. I mean, you putting. Hey,
We can't do it and get away with
No.
it. That's what you're saying.
check this out. You remember like in when these women was popping up dead in West Bloomfield and Farmington, and they was like, they had a big house, they had this and this and that.
Yeah.
Them women was cheating. Or think about that woman in Detroit that ended up missing. They never found her, or they found her car or something like that. I'm like, she had another boyfriend, and it got found out. Or she was playing the fence between her husband, boyfriend, whatever, and going back and forth. And see, a man is so territorial.
But see, men will blame. That's the difference. Men blame the woman. The woman will blame the other woman. It's either way you look at it, the woman is always guilty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not gonna. You and me are in a relationship. You cheat. I'm not gonna be mad at you. I mean, I am.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna beat her ass.
Why?
Me and her got
Why?
problems. You still coming home tonight because I worked for you. I put in the time and the dedication, and I love your stankin' draws. So
Right.
you're not going nowhere. I'm about to go beat her ass. She did some shit that she ain't had no business doing.
Well,
With a guy, it's like, y'all relate. Yeah, I would have hit that too. You right.
Yeah.
Let me go,
well, I don't
her
know.
ass shouldn't have did what she did. Let me go snatch her up real quick.
Yeah, and see, that's what I'm saying. I think when it comes down to a woman, even like it's a parallel, or it kind of intertwined, because I think I think women really rule the world by what's in. I don't want to offend, but what's in their underwear.
Yeah.
Men buy what they buy because of women. They live where they
Yeah.
live, and they do what they do because of women.
Yeah.
And I think totally it is a woman has the power to control a man in such of a way, even if he dealing with multiple women, that he thinks whoever he's dealing with.
Because let his
It's his.
main one finally leave. Let her finally find out and finally dip out. It's the end of the world.
Well,
Y'all singing the blues and all types of other stuff.
yeah, it take a long time for a man to get over it.
Yeah.
I don't think a man ever, if a woman cheats. See, women can get over cheating, can't y'all?
Again, I will say that depends on our level of attachment. Because if I'm dating you and, we kicking it, you cheat, it hurts. That's a knock to the pride. But if I'm engaged to you, or if I'm married to you and I'm committed to you, and then you cheat, that hurts a hell of a lot worse. That's a lot harder to get over.
Right.
Than just my boyfriend from 3 years ago. We broke up because he cheated. Whatever.
See, but men on the other end.
Your first love cheats. Your husband cheats. You might not be recovering from
But
that
no,
one.
but you might get over it just because, like what you said.
You
You blame
might.
it on the woman. You blaming it on the woman that he dealt with.
Yeah.
You really not and then at the same time, I think when it comes to cheating,
But it's still like an insecurity. I mean, like
right.
the woman. So
You
this
start
is
to be
why
like, why
we
do-
stay with them. Why
Okay.
we stay with them. And I promise you, I'm gonna need a bodyguard when I walk out of here. We stay with them.
You telling on yourself?
I might be.
Oh,
We stay with them because of that that self-consciousness that, you know, we don't feel like we're pretty enough, or we don't feel like we're good enough, or don't
Really?
feel like we're enough, period,
Really? Wow.
to be with somebody. So we find somebody who we love and, you know, we think is worth it. And we already think, oh my God, you know, he's going to be with me, little old me.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness. And it's like that, you know, we flip out. We head over heels for this guy because of, you
Y'all
know,
hear that?
we, you
Be
know.
happy that you not just
Right,
kidding.
right.
You know what I
You know,
mean?
we act, you know, that's really what it is. So we're like, you know, nobody else is going to put up with this quirky thing I do.
Right.
Nobody else is going to put up with the fact that I eat 6 pounds of cookie dough ice cream on my period. Nobody else is going to deal with these random things.
Right.
So, you know, we find somebody who is willing to deal with it. And you feel like you got to cling on to that because you don't know that you're going to find somebody else.
Right.
So women will stay in a toxic relationship for years and years and years and years and years just because she's afraid of starting the cycle all over again and starting from scratch and not being good enough for
The next guy.
men. Yeah.
Man, period. Okay.
You know, how long is it going to take for me to find somebody who
So for
likes
women,
that?
so women, it's more of like, okay, I don't feel like kind of going through the process again. I don't know if I'm going to find this situation where this person accepts.
Yeah, it's the uncertainty. And
Men, on the other end, what happens is what's destroyed is the trust.
yeah.
We don't trust anybody no more after that.
And it's like, we won't trust you really. Like, we're always going to go through your phone after that. Or, you know, we always
Had that
gonna,
sneaky eye, like
yeah, you know, we always going to pop up at the job.
Yeah.
We brought you lunch.
yeah.
You know, that type of stuff is always going to happen. I've never done that, by the way.
Okay,
Times.
okay.
Public service announcement, that's not me.
Okay.
But, I mean, like, those things are always going to happen
Mm-hmm.
because we do have that lack of trust in you. But at the end of the day, it's easier to blame her and blame a woman's flirtatiousness and, you know, blame a woman for coming in and
Because, look.
seducing him. Because we know how women are.
Look, unless you out here raping somebody, you can't take no G's. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they have to be given. If you just a real dude, if you're a real man, you can't. How can you even get satisfaction out of a rape or something like that? You know what I mean? So a woman ultimately has to offer up herself to do it.
Right.
And you know, as men, if we in that situation where we're like, okay, yeah, we put ourselves in a situation, we more than likely gonna do it. So as a man's job is like, okay, look, I'm gonna go to the club tonight, and I'm gonna have the discipline to come. Whoever I come across with, I'm gonna come home. I'm coming home. I'm not going no extra stops. I'm coming home. If we can have a discipline as a man, and that's another thing a man needs to have. If we have that and come home, we can have a decent relationship. But if we don't have the discipline and things are not quite right at home, we'll keep our woman, but we'll wind up finding somebody else to fill the gap
Right.
where she's lacking emotionally for us.
Yeah.
That's why men typically cheat. And it's really two reasons why men cheat. And I'll tell you what it is. The one
Oh,
is...
yeah, because I done made all my little girl code confessions.
Okay.
So.
I mean, but I'm going to tell you the main reason is a dude either cheat is because that's just what he really wants to do. He sees somebody and be like, oh, okay, I got to get that. I'm just infatuated, lusting after what she has. I got to get that. Or number two, he ain't going out looking for cheating or looking for another woman. He will, if a woman comes across him that has the qualities that he's lacking at home, that he feels like he's missing, then he's going to attach himself to that woman. Maybe the woman that he's with doesn't talk a lot. So what he'll do is he'll find a woman that feeds his need to talk or listen or whatever the case may be, and he'll wind up attaching himself to that situation, and that leads into sexual intercourse. You know what I mean? So typically men cheat because I almost kind of say it's the two same reasons women do.
Yeah. I mean, it really
It's
is.
a
It's
lack
just a different
of
perspective
something.
of it.
Yeah, it's a lack of something, but
for men, it's, you know, it ultimately is always the woman's
and once we
fault.
cheat with you, you are a girl too.
yeah. That's that possessiveness. That's that possessiveness. You know what I'm saying? Like, a guy, he looks at you twice, he bought you that drink, you his. Like, you ladies, don't ever take the drink. Never
Why not?
take the drink. Even if you watch it be made, never take the drink.
Well, you know.
Because you his. From that point on, the whole rest of the night, you might not be feeling him, but he bought you a free drink. So you're like, hey, free
But
drink.
see, look, see, but-
and then you see somebody else who you like across the bar. He's
Y'all
going
women,
to cock block that
y'all
whole
women,
night.
y'all women trippy though.
You don't even know his name and he's cock blocking. I promise you.
Y'all women trippy though. See, y'all want one thing, and then y'all can't. Once y'all get it, y'all ain't happy with it. You know what I mean? It's like you get one thing you say you want, then you start thinking about your ex. You want that old thing back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're like, I might want a shot of Hennessy, and this guy buys me the shot of Hennessy, but this guy over here looks like a whole bottle of Patron. I'm going with the whole bottle of Patron.
You say you want some attention, but did you get the attention? You don't want the attention.
But maybe I didn't get the attention from the person I wanted it from.
Right.
And women are
so y'all messed up, basically.
Yeah, I mean, and you got two kinds of women. You got the women who are super blunt, and they will tell you right from Jump Street, I don't want nothing to do with you. Okay. Bye. You and your drink can get on.
Right.
And then there's the other kind of woman, and I fall victim to this all the time, where I'm really nice.
Okay.
So I don't like being mean to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I'm not into you, even if it's not my thing, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to come right out and say, oh, you know, sorry, have a good night. I'm going to be like, you know, oh, yeah, you know, that's nice. And I'll have a conversation with you for a little while. And then I'll, like, try to ease my way out. But I've already opened the door enough to make him think that he's got a chance. And he really doesn't.
So you use it.
But I was just nice. It was, I mean, and it's just like, I don't know how to hurt people's feelings. I don't like hurting people's feelings.
Yeah.
That's a personal confession. I don't like hurting people's
feelings. I mean, I don't think any good person likes to.
I mean,
you know what I mean? I mean, you're a good person. You have morals, you have values, and you have standards. And you don't want to hurt anybody's feeling. But I think, you know, I've been guilty of it. You'll lead somebody on because you are nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then maybe you might give them a little bit too much attention. And now they think that they actually got a
Or they think the attention means something that it doesn't mean, and then, you know.
Exactly. And that's where I say where a lot of time it backfires because you might be in want or need of some type of special attention, and you go out and you give that vibe off, you get it, and now you done found yourself in a situation where, like, okay, I'm kind of don't know how I kind of got intertwined with this person just off of me being needy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I guess it's, you know what I mean, you got to be careful out here, but I don't know. You know what I mean? I think the best way for a man to be, this is how I was back in the day. I tell a woman, look, this is what I want. This is what I want to do. And you with me when you with me. And when you're not with me, you're not with me. You know what I'm saying? And you can do whatever. I never was the handcuff type of guy.
But most guys aren't like that. You with me when you with me, and you with me when you're not with me. But when I'm not with you, I'm not with you. Yeah. I'm with you when I'm with you, maybe.
But, you know.
I'm with you when I'm with you behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Depending on how beautiful the rest of the crowd is when we out, I'm with you when I'm with you outside.
The main thing is now you can't cheat.
And I'm definitely not with you when I'm not with you.
The main thing now is you can't cheat, because if you do, whoever you cheating with gonna want you to be their main thing.
Yeah.
That's just basically what it comes down to. So I don't know. You know, I think it's basically
we come up missing real quick.
Yeah. Because I basically think it comes down to you women not knowing what you want.
I mean, you know, y'all don't know what you want either.
But we ain't up there trying to make no commitment though.
Sometimes that's not fair to say always.
Okay. And well, you know, I'm gonna put it like this: since it's the econ show, it starts to affect your wallet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These bad relationships, or these relationships that you know, you think that was just some side hustle, some extracurricular, it start to actually cheating.
It's more expensive.
It's more expensive, and actually having a whole bunch of different men or women start to take away from the time that you're trying to put into your project or whatever you're trying to do for yourself.
Yeah.
So I really think it is conducive just to find that one person.
Oh, definitely. That'll build you up and build and grow with you. Mm-hmm. That's, you know, you got to find somebody who's willing to grow with you. Don't find somebody who wants the finished product. Men, do not find those women who want the finished product, and they'll speak all the right things to you because one day you're going to be there. But in the meantime, they want all these other ones who are 4 steps ahead of you. Mm. And then when you finally make it, then they're going to double back around and they're going to be set. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Yeah. Find one that sees where you're struggling at and tries to offer you help or tries to help you get better.
Right.
That's the one you want.
Right. Yeah, and you know what? Since that was your advice for men, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess for mine, I'm like, okay, no, but you're right. I think for my advice for women, if I was to give some advice, I ain't an expert, but I say just mean what you say, and I guess that's a man advice too. You know what I mean? But if you have an agreement in the beginning how things are, don't come switching this shit up.
Yeah,
in a
men too.
month or two. But yeah, but women do that because women are more emotional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if a woman, I say this all the time, if you want, this is the danger of having sex with somebody before marriage or however you believe. I think, like even prostitution, some prostitutes have their favorite Johns.
Yeah.
And that's because they have, not because the sex is good, is because they became emotionally attached to these people.
Yeah.
So I think with women, a lot of times, in order for them to actually cheat, they almost have to become emotionally attached to a guy. Either they've been liking this guy or they've been digging this guy's style for a minute. Even if you was with somebody and was happy, was like, if I was single, I give him a try. So they're already kind of mentally there with him already. The opportunity just hasn't arisen. But when it comes
But with women, we try to talk ourselves into shit too.
I know y'all do.
Yeah, we try to talk ourselves. So we'll say something and we really think we mean it. Like, you know, yeah, baby, I'm good. You know, I don't care. Go ahead. Do whatever you want to do. Whatever XYZ is, go do XYZ. And we try to talk ourselves into the fact that, yeah, we cool with him doing XYZ. And when you're not around, we, you know, game face in the mirror. Yeah, we good. You, XYZ is straight. Yeah, I can deal with that. I'm a real woman. I got this. And then 2 weeks later, we in that same mirror, bawling our eyes out. Because we can't deal with XYZ like we thought we could deal with XYZ. And even if XYZ ain't even really happening, it's the potential that we thought we were okay with it and we're not okay with it. And we said yes. And then it's like, I didn't really know that I really wasn't going to be okay with this.
Right.
We try to talk ourselves into stuff.
Well, I think.
And it backfires bad.
It do. I mean, and you know what? A lot of times when you go into any situation, when you're not really clear on what this is or what this arrangement is or what we are doing, then you always setting yourself up for failure.
But we think we are.
Yeah.
Like we will really believe.
Yeah.
That we got this, and then it just don't work out.
I guess it just comes down to basically what we were talking about in the beginning. It almost full circle, the bitch assness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even with men and then with women. It's just more that we got to become.
You got to be 100 with yourself.
You got to be 100 with yourself. What you looking for? What do you want out of life? Is this person that you honestly dealing with? Is this person beyond the sexual encounter, beyond just the attraction? Are they going to be able to enhance you? Are they going to be there when you're sick? Are they going to be there when your family is in need or you're in dire straits? Will they be there? You know what I mean? You got to ask yourself these serious questions.
Yeah.
And outside of cheating, because, I mean, honestly, cheating, I'm be honest with you, cheating is fun. And it is exciting. You know what I mean? In my early age, for real, in my early age or whatever, we all have had way back, but we have had experiences. You know what I'm saying? So, we all have had experiences, but you have to actually ask yourself: is this person really going to be here for me in the long run? And a lot of people I guess when it comes to with a lot of men, they not ready to settle down until they late 20s, early 30s anyway. So they not really asking themselves that question.
Yeah.
But the day and time that we are in, you got to ask yourself that question, like in your early 20s, as a man.
Especially if you're gonna put yourself in those situations that could potentially turn lifelong, you gotta ask yourself lifelong questions. If you're gonna preserve yourself in a way that you're not gonna put yourself in compromising positions, then you're fine, live your life. But when you start making those questionable decisions, you gotta get real serious about real life real fast.
We got a question here real quickly.
Oh shoot, okay.
Look at here. This comes from Lynn C. Question.
Hey, Lynn.
Is there such a thing as justifiable infidelity?
No.
I'll let the woman answer that, Lynn C.
No, not at all. No. On either end of the fence, no. If you are at that point where you think that cheating makes sense, or cheating is an option. Once it becomes an option, you owe it to that person.
You sound like a hater. No, just kidding.
I'm look, man.
Hater.
Look,
No,
man.
Steph a hating. No, just she hating on the cheaters.
Once
just
you put yourself in that position and you know that becomes an option or that becomes, you know, doable and you think it's okay, you owe it to yourself and to the other person to have that conversation that you're no longer feeling what you thought you were feeling. And if you're doing it, women, this is how we think we justify it. We think we justify it because he did it. So because he did it, I'm going to go do it.
Yeah.
But that's not right. Two wrongs don't make a right.
Right.
Period. You know what I'm saying? And we end
So
up
let me
getting
ask you
hurt.
this. Let me ask you this
we
question.
end up getting hurt worse.
Yeah, y'all do. But let me. Yeah, y'all do. Really, y'all do. But let me ask you this question. So, if a woman cheat, when a woman has sex with a man, 9 out of 10 times, doesn't she actually like this person, or is she just doing it?
There, at the very least, there was curiosity.
Okay.
At the very least, there was curiosity.
Okay. And that's all that's all I try to break down to people. Like when people do things, they do things because they obviously was thinking about them.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm not gonna. It's like me, like in videography and photography. I'm not gonna do it if I wasn't thinking about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you can't just, you know, you just can't, you know, you can't just do stuff off the cusp unless you put yourself in a situation and you was just caught off guard.
Yeah.
And that typically doesn't happen.
No, that never happens.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Because, you know, even if you put yourself in, if you're putting yourself in the situation, you know what you're doing.
Exactly.
Or you know the possibilities.
So I don't know. I think it just come down to this, you know, be true to yourself and surround yourself with people that, even men, basically men, y'all need to be out here and be men. Quit being bitches out there, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about any man that's out here that want to do something, that got something going on for themselves, any type of idea, any type of, any type of dream. You know, you got to be able to be a self-motivator. You can't wait to have it handed to you. And you got to get out here and just get it and grind it yourself, because at the end of the day.
But keep a couple haters. Keep a couple haters, because hating is healthy.
Yeah, keep the haters, but you don't want to become a self-hater.
Yeah, you know, don't rely on them.
Yeah, you don't want to be the worst hater for yourself.
Yeah, you know, keep a couple haters.
Yeah,
because every once in a while you gonna need that healthy little, jab to get you, back going.
Yeah,
but,
you do. You do. And for women out here, if y'all hating, you know what I'm saying, just keep on. You know, y'all keep. I don't know. I mean, Steph got the advice for y'all.
It's the same thing. Keep a couple haters. You know, and the girls. You know, we got our girl squad. Every squad has a hater.
Yeah.
Keep that hater. Don't cut her off. She's serving a purpose.
True that.
Keep her there and let her motivate you, and just do what you got to do. But be realistic with yourself, because we too much depend on ourselves to be everything.
Shout out to Wicked Oho. She wanted me to say shout out to her. So yeah. Wicked O.
Hey, boo.
Wicked Oho.
But I mean, really, just keep that hater around, but keep perspective too, because we do need men.
Yeah.
I'm really independent. I will be the first one to tell you I'm extremely independent, extremely driven, and I like to do things for myself. I don't like anything being handed to me whatsoever. But I know that the right guy will serve his purpose in my life. So keep open to it. Yeah. And keep that hater in the squad. She, she got a reason to be there.
Yeah, keep them haters.
Squad goals.
Yeah, keep it going. But so Steph, I guess we we kind of winding down. We got like 4, 5, 6 minutes. But what's up for this week? What you got going on? Tell the people where they can find you. If you need to be found.
Well, you can always find me on Facebook, Stephanie Whitley. You can find me on Instagram, Lil Miss Oreo. That's LIL MISSOREO.
Fellas, take that down.
Shout out to the Mix Girls. Hey. You can find me on there all the time. I'm a proud warrior, so I go to Wayne State, and I'm there 4 days out of the week. All the damn time. Y'all can find me there.
All right.
And when I'm not there, I'm working at Men's Warehouse. So if y'all need a suit, come see me. I'll hook you up. I got you. I'm in Farmington. Shout out to Farmington. You know. No, I mean I'm all over the place though.
All over
You
the
know.
place. Oh,
Pontiac, born and raised.
she not letting y'all know that she's.
Yakistan.
Nah, you need to tell them about. You need to tell them Steph is a hell of a manager.
I'm trying. You know what? Shout out to my boys, Black Jew.
Yeah, we need to shout them out. You know what I mean?
Y'all-
Because they're doing big things.
Man, they are. They are. I'm very
Yeah.
proud of
Very
them.
talented
So,
young brothers, man.
yeah, Black Jew. They're poets, Detroit-based poets, and they are killing it. They are. You can find them at any open mic, damn near, every day of the week, damn near. They just put out their first album, Poetry, Politics, and Pistols. You can find that on iTunes, Google Play, anywhere you find music, you can find them. You can follow them on Facebook as well, BLKJU. They are awesome, awesome guys that I am very, very blessed to be working with. I'm super, super lucky they asked me to work with them and thankful for the opportunity to work with them. So we got the album release coming up March 26th.
Okay.
Details to follow. We're working on it. We're getting it all together.
Yeah.
But yeah, big ups to them. They're doing their thing and they are crazy talented. If you're in Detroit ever, They Say on Thursday nights, they're usually there. You can almost always catch them performing at They Say on Thursday nights. Sunday nights at the Hopcat, they're there more times than they're not.
Okay.
You know, you can find us just about anywhere. So it's definitely shout outs to them. My guys keep me going. I'm blessed to have them around.
Yeah. Well, shout out to them dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they real talented. I checked them out.
Doing a damn thing.
I don't know them personally besides Jew. I mean, I don't know them personally. I know of them from being in the same vicinity. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But
same circles.
the aura, the spirit that this young brother has is good.
Yeah.
And I know, and I have listened to their artistry.
Yeah.
They're good. You know what I'm saying? So people out there, y'all listen to them. Y'all check them out. Go to their Facebook page. And,
Marching is my favorite. If y'all check out one clip, check out Marching. It is powerful. It's awesome. It's the essence of them. They're cool dudes, and to watch them perform that live is crazy amazing.
And we gotta support people like that.
Yeah, support local artists.
Because, you know, number one, you can still touch them and feel them. You don't want to wait till these guys get out of space. You know what I mean? As far as they get that shot and and it's harder to, show that love because they're getting it from every place.
Yeah.
Let's, really give these guys they just do while we're still blessed to have them in the vicinity of being able to be touched.
Heck
By
yeah.
us, you know what I mean? So
Shout out to my comedians, Heather J, Josh Adams, Mike Larry, Jay Bell. Shout out to Pierre Anthony, Knowledge. Shout out to everybody. Everybody local. They doing their thing. They doing real big things. Tiara Freeman. There's so many artists. Detroit is so talented.
right.
So talented, but we don't support our own people.
And it goes
And
back to
that's
hate.
gotta stop. That is.
It goes back to the hate.
Yes.
Have you noticed like
That
Eminem?
hate is not healthy.
No, it's not. But
that
have you
hate
noticed
is not healthy.
I always talk about this. How Eminem had to leave Big Sean, Dej Loaf.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more of it's like they have to go somewhere else and get that and then come back.
to be appreciated,
To be appreciated.
before they're appreciated at home,
I
and
don't
that's not the
understand.
way it
But
should
it's not
be.
like that in Los Angeles. I know New York experiences it a lot. You know what I'm saying? But down
But
south they
New York's
kind
like
of
8 times the size of us,
Right.
dog. Like there's
and the competition is
9 million of them
Yeah.
that are trying to be famous. There's
Exactly.
like 6 of us.
Yeah.
Chill.
Yeah.
Like
But I don't know
we
why
can't
it is.
hate at the same level.
I think, but you can actually look at the economic situation in Detroit, and everybody is struggling for that same crumb.
Yeah.
That we just bred to kind of like knock each other down for some bad reason. You know what I mean? So, shout out to them dudes. You know what I mean? Support them. Support my girl Steph. If y'all need her, contact her. If you got some type of project or something that you're putting together, poetry, music, art, she is a great person to represent you and get that job done. You know what I'm saying?
Got you, boo.
And y'all know about me, I guess. You know what I mean?
He the truth.
Yeah. The truth never lies. You know what I mean? But Effigy Media Arts Company, and we do, like I say, film, photography, videography, underwater. Man, we do everything. And
Right. You think it, he got it.
no doubt. You know what I'm saying? So, and shout out to the churches out here. We do live streaming, as you see, and so if you would like to have your service live
We
stream,
won't cuss.
yeah, we won't cuss. We won't even say nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm on. You can deal with her. You can deal with Steph. She represent me. I just come do it. But I mean, so weddings, anniversaries. If you need anything live stream, you know, we'll take care of it. So we just basically a family and a team here, and you know, we try to get things done that's you know, that's going to be beneficial for the public and for our locale. And you know, we just love y'all. Thanks for joining us today. This was a successful show.
It was. It's
And,
fun.
you know,
growing together.
And my man JG, he be back here next week. And
Shout out to Jay.
yeah, shout out to Jay. He just busy. You know,
The grind don't stop.
The grind don't stop. So he gonna be back next week. We gonna share some light. You got any ideas for next week before we check out of here?
You know what? I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I just always roll with the punches, though. He gonna put me on the spot next week, like he put me on the spot every week. It's okay.
I'll come up with something. Something gonna happen during the week. You
Right.
know what I mean? But to everybody that watch, hey, we love y'all out there. Thanks for joining us with the Econ Show. Hope you got something out of it. Until next time, one love, man. Keep God first, family second, and you third. And in that order, you should never be last, because the last is always made what? First.
Always made first.
No doubt. One love, y'all. Econ Show.
That was good. That was a whole hour. I was like expecting a break.
And you know what? I was